Part 5, the legacy, the Black Phillip philosophy, Chapter 13, living on your own terms. You have reached the end of the line, or perhaps the beginning of the actual fight. Up until now, we've been talking about women, how to catch them, how to keep them, how to stop them from driving you into an early grave with their incessant need for emotional validation. But if you think this philosophy stops at the bedroom door, you are missing the point entirely. This isn't just about getting your dick sucked without having to promise your soul in exchange. It is about reclaiming your existence in a world that is actively trying to turn you into a gelding. The Black Phillip philosophy is not a pickup strategy. It is a survival guide for the modern male spirit. It is about waking up every morning, looking in the mirror, and realizing that the face staring back at you is the only person you are obligated to please. Everyone else, your boss, your mother, your wife, society, is a guest in your movie. And if they don't like the script, they can get the hell off the set. We are going to talk about what it costs to be free. Because freedom isn't free, it costs you the approval of sheep. It costs you the comfort of being liked by people who don't even like themselves. It requires you to be comfortable with being the villain in everyone else's story so you can be the hero in your own. 13.1, unapologetic authenticity in a PC world. We live in a world that is terrified of male energy. I don't mean the toxic masculinity bullshit they preach on the news. I mean the raw, unfiltered, logical, and sometimes aggressive nature of a man. Society wants you to be a good man, but their definition of a good man is a harmless man. A man who asks for permission. A man who edits his thoughts before they leave his brain. You have an editing system installed in your head. It's a little sensor that sits between your gut and your mouth. Your gut says, I want to have sex with that woman because she has a fat ass. The editor says, no, we can't say that. We have to say we want to get to know her mind, otherwise we are sexist pigs. So you lie. You walk up to her and say, excuse me, miss, I find your intellect fascinating. You are a liar. And she knows you are a liar. Unapologetic authenticity means killing the editor. It means tearing out the wiring that connects your self-worth to social approval. When I was on radio, people used to ask me, Patrice, how can you say those things? Aren't you afraid of getting fired? Aren't you afraid of women hating you? No, I wasn't afraid because I wasn't selling them anything they didn't already know was true. I was selling them the relief of hearing someone finally say it. Men are walking around in a state of quiet desperation because they are forcing themselves to act like women. You are trying to be nurturing. You are trying to be sensitive. You are trying to pretend that you don't want variety, that you don't get bored, that you aren't driven by visual stimulation. You are acting against your nature. And it is making you sick. It is making you resentful. In a PC world, the most revolutionary act you can commit is to simply tell the truth about what you want. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm looking for sex. I don't want to go to your sister's wedding because your family is born. I'm not going to apologize for looking at another woman because I'm a man with eyes. I'm a man with eyes. When you speak like this, people will recoil. They will call you an asshole. They will call you a misogynist. They will try to shame you back into the box. But here's the secret. They will respect you. Deep down, even the most progressive PC of sin respects a man who stands on his square. They respect a man who cannot be bullied into submission by social pressure, because in a world of chameleons, the man who stays the same color is the only landmark anyone can trust. You have to be willing to be the monster. Superman had a choice in the second movie. He could keep his powers and be alone, or he could give up his powers to be with Lois Lane. He gave up his powers. He became a regular weak human to get the girl. And what happened? He got his ass kicked in a diner by a trucker. He got beat up in front of his woman. And you know what she looked at him with? Pity, disgust. She loved Superman. She settled for Clark Kent. Don't give up your superpowers to fit in. Your superpower is your authenticity. Your superpower is your authenticity. Your superpower is your ability to look at the world, see it for the chaotic mess it is, and say, I am going to do what I want anyway. If you try to navigate this world walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anyone, you will end up with no footprint. You will be a ghost in your own life. Stomp, make noise, break things. If people get offended, let them be offended. Their offense is not your problem. It's their internal malfunction. 13.2, the price of freedom. Acceptance of hate. Freedom has a price tag, and the currency is hate. If you want to be free, truly free, to live on your own terms, to date who you want, To work how you want, to exist how you want, you have to accept that a significant portion of the population is going to hate your guts. And you have to be okay with that. In fact, you have to embrace it. Most men are terrified of being hated, especially by women. We are biologically wired to seek the approval of the female. It goes back to our mothers. We want mommy to smile at us. We want the teacher to give us a gold star. We want our girlfriend to tell us we are a good boy. But you cannot be a king and a good boy at the same time. When you start living for yourself, when you start practicing the virtuous selfishness we talked about, people will accuse you of being a narcissist. Your woman will scream, "You only care about yourself." Your response should be, "Yes," and she will hate you in that moment. She will hate that she cannot control you. She will hate that her tears don't make you crumble. She will hate that her withholding the sex doesn't make you beg. But listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. Hatred is closer to love than indifference. Hate is passion. Hate is energy. When a woman hates you, she's obsessed with you. She's thinking about you. She is talking to her friends about you. You are the center of her emotional universe. You have ignited her spirit. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's boredom. It's he's nice. It's the friend zone. I would rather a woman hate me with the fire of 1,000 suns than look at me with the dead eyes of indifference and ask me to pass the salt. Because if she hates me, I can flip that energy. I can turn that passion into sex. I can turn that passion into loyalty. I can take that energy and mold it because it is moving. You can't steer a parked car. You have to develop a callous soul. Think of a Muay Thai fighter. They kick banana trees to deaden the nerves in their shins. They create microfractures that heal back harder. Calcified. Eventually, they can kick a baseball bat and not feel pain. You have to do that with your emotions. You have to take the rejection, the insults, the "you're an asshole," and let them hit you until you don't feel them anymore. Until they just bounce off. You're a jerk. Okay. I hate you. I know. What's for dinner? When her words lose their power to hurt you, she loses her power to control you. And paradoxically, that is when she starts to feel safe. She realizes she is punching a mountain. The mountain doesn't move. The mountain doesn't cry. The mountain doesn't cry. The mountain just is. Accepting hate also means accepting the end. You have to be willing to let people walk away. If your authenticity is too much for them, let them go. Do not chase. Do not negotiate. I am who I am. Take it or leave it. This is the ultimate filter. The people who stay, they love you. They don't love the representative. They don't love the mask. They love the monster. And that love is real. That love is bulletproof. The people who leave, they were never with you anyway. They were with a projection. Let them go find a nice, safe, lying good man to torture. You have work to do. 13.3, dying empty, the philosophy of total honesty. We are all going to die. That is the only guarantee in this contract. You, me, the woman stressing you out, the boss you hate, we are all going to be dirt. So why are you holding back? Why are you swallowing your words? Why are you suppressing your desires? Why are you living a life of quiet desperation, hoping that if you are polite enough, death will overlook you? Death is coming anyway. You might as well have some fun while you wait. Dying empty means you leave nothing on the table. It means you said everything you needed to say. You fucked everyone you wanted to fuck, or at least tried to. You chased every dream, no matter how stupid people said it was. You lived your truth so thoroughly that when the Grim Reaper shows up, you could look him in the eye and say, "I'm ready. I used it all up." Most men die full. They die full of unsaid words, full of unfulfilled fantasies, full of resentment for the life they didn't live because they were too busy trying to be appropriate. The philosophy of total honesty is the only way to empty the tank. It means living without a filter. It doesn't mean being malicious. It means being transparent. If you love someone, tell them. If you hate someone, tell them, or just remove them from your life. If you want to try something weird in bed, say it. The worst that happens is they say no. The best that happens is you get exactly what you want. I used to tell my girl, "I don't love you the way you want to be loved. I love you the way I love you. And if that's not enough, you should leave." That is total honesty. It is terrifying to say because it risks the relationship, but it is also liberating. It sets the ground rules. It says, this is the product. I am not false advertising, no refunds. When you live with total honesty, you don't have to remember your lies. You don't have to keep track of which version of yourself you sold to which person. You are integrated. You are whole. And there's a peace in that. a peace that surpasses all the anxiety of the nice guy. The nice guy is exhausted because he is constantly managing the perceptions of others. He's a PR firm for a shitty client. The honest man is energized because he's just broadcasting his signal. If people tune in, great. If they change the channel, great. He keeps broadcasting. This is the legacy of the Black Phillip philosophy. It is not about being a pimp, though that's a nice side effect. It is about being a man. A man is a creature who defines his own reality. He does not ask for permission to exist. He does not apologize for his nature. He builds his world. He invites a woman into it. And if she starts breaking the furniture, he puts her out. He prioritizes his happiness not because he is selfish, but because he knows that he cannot be of service to anyone, his family, his community, his woman, if he is broken and miserable. So, here's your marching order. Stop asking. Stop apologizing. Stop editing. Go out there and be the glorious, messy, horny, logical, aggressive, brilliant disaster you were born to be. Take the hits. Take the hate. Take the losses. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you lived it your way. You drove the car. You might have crashed it a few times. You might have pissed off a few passengers, but you never, ever let go of the wheel. Welcome to the rest of your life. Try not to fuck it up.